The difference between the Kramic path and the Akram path.
I was asked to explain the difference between the Kramic and the Akram paths. I explained that in the Kramic path, one is asked to stop doing bad deeds and to do good deeds. He's essentially told to do something in the Kramic path. You are told to get rid of your weaknesses of anger, pride, lust, and greed, and to turn towards good things. Is that not what you have come across so far? Akram, on the other hand, means you do not have to do anything. Nothing has to be done. Even when someone picks your pocket, in Akram science, the understanding is that he has not picked the pocket, and it is not my pocket. Whereas according to the Kramic path, the culprit would be blamed and the belief would be, it is my pocket that he picked. Akram Vignan is like the lottery. If you win the lottery, is there any effort on your part? So many people had purchased lottery tickets, yet you are the winner. Similarly, this Akram Vignan gives moksha right away, like ready cash.
The experience of the Akram path.
Dada, does one receive Akram Vignan because of his actions in his previous lives?
Yes, that is the only way one is able to encounter me. It is because of this collective punyas of millions of lifetimes that he finds such a path. All the other paths are called Kramic. The Kramic path is a relative path. Relative means that it provides worldly benefits, taking you very slowly towards liberation, one step at a time. In this path, one has to purify his ego through renunciation and penance. Once the ego is pure, it is at the threshold of moksha. The ego has to be purified from the weaknesses of anger, pride, illusion, lust, and greed. The Kramic path is a very difficult one. In the Akram path, the Gnani Purush purifies your ego for you. He takes away both your ego and your attachment. Then you attain the experience of the pure self. Only after you experience yourself, your work is done.
Why has the Akram path come into existence?
The Kramic path is synonymous to a comma and the Akram path is synonymous to a full stop. This Akram path manifests itself rarely. The main path to moksha is the Kramic path. It is a step-by-step path. Sometimes, when confusion prevails in the traditional Kramic path, and if people are ready for liberation, they will find salvation through a Gnani Purush. Many teachers and gurus have asked me why the Akram path manifested through me. I have told them that the Kramic path has broken down. The entire foundation of the Kramic path has decayed. They wanted proof of this, so I told them that the Kramic path is viable only when thoughts, speech, and actions are in unison with each other. That is, when you say exactly that which is in your mind and your conduct is in agreement with your mind and speech. They agreed that at the present time there was no oneness of thought, speech, and action. That is why the Kramic path is fractured. If you chew a whole stalk of sugarcane, you may get 2 segments with good sugarcane juice. But if the entire stalk were rotten, would you try to chew it or return it?
Return it, Dada.
We tell the vendor to take it back. Please give it to somebody else. I have eaten a lot of sugarcane, we say. This Kramic path has become like the rotten sugarcane. But what can one do? People have become puzzled and confused. They do not even care anymore. They only care about enjoying worldly pleasures. If one has unity of his thought, speech, and action, then he can progress in the Kramic path. Otherwise, the Kramic path is closed.
The Akram path.
At the present time, the entire foundation of the Kramic path is decayed. and therefore the Akram path has manifested. The Akram path does not manifest independently, and it will take up to 3,000 years for the Kramic path to repair itself. Until the Kramic path is repaired, the Akram path will exist, after which it will no longer be required. This Akram Vignan will not last too long. It has appeared in place of the Kramic path.
Dada, are you constructing an elevator?
Yes, indeed, it is an elevator. If I tell the people to climb the steps, it will take them forever to do so. Therefore, I invite them to sit in Dada's elevator. Even these wealthy people who live in luxury and comforts do not leave me.
Dada Bhagwan na aseem jai jaikar ho. Dada Bhagwan na aseem jai jaikar ho. Dada Bhagwan na aseem jai jaikar ho.
The precious change through Akram Vignan.
Akram Vignan is a wonder. After receiving this Gnan, one feels a significant change immediately. People upon hearing this experience are attracted to this path. I have instructed all these people to write about their experiences. What they were before they met Dada and the changes they have experienced after meeting Dada. When the world reads these experiences, it will be amazed. How can a person change so suddenly? Thousands have experienced these significant changes in their lives. These changes are permanent. After Gnan, these people see only the faults within and do not see any faults of others. They do not harbor even the slightest intention to harm any being.
The Akram science all over the world.
This event is of momentous significance. It has not happened anywhere. Only Dada has been able to accomplish this.
And what happens after you, Dada?
It will continue. It is my wish that someone qualified will continue the work. Is there not a need for someone to continue this path?
Yes, there is a need.
My desire will be fulfilled.
If this Akram path is to continue, will it be on account of another Nimit?
Akram Vignan only will continue. There will be an extensive and beneficial spread of the Akram Vignan. If things continue the way they are for a year or two, the whole world will be talking about it. If there is a right thing and a wrong thing, it takes longer for the right thing to be implemented, while the wrong thing will be implemented immediately.
Moksha for women through Akram.
People say that only men can acquire moksha and that there is no moksha for women. I say that there is moksha for women also. Why would there not be liberation for women? It has been said that because attachment and deceit, that is kapat, dominate a woman's nature, there is no moksha for women. However, the same weakness is found in men too. The only difference is that in women, it is to a much greater degree. Women will indeed attain moksha despite what these people say. They are worthy of attaining moksha because in essence they are Atma. However, it may take longer because the element of attachment and deceit are more dominant.
Freedom through the science of self-realization.
This entire path is real. There is no element of relative, that is, anything that is not permanent, like thoughts, speech, and action, in this path. Real means beyond this world of thought, speech, and acts. Relative means of this world and within the realm of thought, speech, and acts. The Akram path is for the one who has tried everything else but has not found the solution to liberation. Otherwise, there are other standards and paths available. The Akram path is for those who want to get out of standards. The science of Akram Gnan is the inner science, and it is permanent. Everything else you see in the world is external science, and it is temporary. This science gives you the experience of the permanent. It is the absolute science. It is a science that liberates. No amount of dharma, that is duties or religion practiced, will give you liberation. Through dharma, you may attain material happiness and support that will prevent you from falling. Dharma is that which prevents you from falling from your spiritual progress. For liberation, you need Vitrag Vignan, that is the science of absolutism. This science does not exist in any scriptures. The Tirthankars knew about this science, but this science could not be imparted to the people of their times. In these troubled times, a rare Bhed Vignani, that is, the absolute scientist who separates I and my, came along and made this science available for everyone. Therefore, I am ready to give you whatever you ask for. Whatever you ask for. Ask for Nirvikalp Samadhi, that is constant bliss of the soul. Even when one is performing all his worldly duties. Ask for a state free of anxiety and worries forever. I will give you all this with a guarantee. Ask for whatever you want, but you should know what to ask for. This science will give you freedom despite living in the midst of worldly life.
Get your work done.
Get your work done. Whenever you have the need for it, come here. I am not forcing you to come. Come if you feel like coming. If you like the worldly life and the way things are, then continue as you have. There is no pressure that you have to follow this path. I am not here to write letters inviting you to come. If you happen to meet me, then I will tell you about this Gnan and suggest that you take advantage of it and get your work done. This is all I will tell you. For thousands of years, such a science has not been available.